captions, and no one in my house comes upstairs and interrupts the recording. It has been just too many days since I managed a vlog. Been having a hard time. Life as a bipolar autistic woman, not taking any medications, not seeing a therapist, not even talking to her minister regularly. Yeah, it's not easy. And it has certainly been messing with my ability to write, to create vlogs. I got into it recently with a person on my author page. I had one of those moments where it's like, yeah, I am a cisgender woman, which means if I talk about sex, eventually someone is going to think that that means that I'm open to having sex with them, no matter whether I am or not. Because how can I educate about sex and not be interested in having it with you, random person that I'm talking to? And of course, last weekend was Great Lakes Bay Pride, and that was sad. I can only imagine the look of confusion on my master's face when he saw the text from me saying, "Sarah and I are disgusted. We're leaving." Sarah's my daughter, by the way. But yes, I actually used the word disgusted to describe a Pride Fest. Now, to explain, I came out as bisexual back when I was 15. Yes, for those trying to do any math without seeing me and only seeing my rag doll, I'm 39. So yes, I've been out for 24 years now as something other than heterosexual. And I can tell you, I remember Pride Fest and March back when I first came out, going to Lansing, walking the March route, not being entirely sure if the cops would protect us or attack us. And now to see cops in uniform at Pride, and it's considered a good thing by a lot of people, I'm just not there. While my white skin does protect me quite a bit, there are other places that I'm marginalized that make me not trust cops. And I have loved ones who are people of color. I don't trust cops. I don't think they belong at Pride. But cops at Pride, that has me beyond even what had me describing disgusted about the 3 tiny little rows without even a Unitarian Universalist presence at Pride. Those 3 tiny little rows that were tucked into the lawn area of a hotel, away from the children's play area, away from the art fair meant to draw primarily cishetes. It felt like a betrayal. It felt like somewhere that I wasn't even welcome. And you know my sun mask? I'll make sure to either put it in the comments or to put the link up so you can get it now. But I was covered up, yeah, because it was outside during the daytime. And some of the worst open mouth, disgusted looks at me happened among those few little booths for Pride. So other queer people were looking at me and acting like I didn't belong. Yeah, they couldn't see me. They could see my pride pins. And who made any random gay man at Pride the judge of who belongs there? I certainly didn't elect him, random guy, to represent me. Yeah, I started trying to write a post about what I thought was safe sex education and what random guy thought was a possibility that I would have sex with him. I'm not sure I'll go anywhere with that because it was getting ugly and ranty, like worse than this is. I'm really hoping. I plan to see about changing doctors soon. I still need to have the conversation with my master, but I'm really thinking it's time to consider some sort of medication for my bipolar. Most likely a mood stabilizer. I don't know. My experience is nearly as old as when I came out. I don't trust doctors. But I have to try and think about the fact that the last time I was in psychiatry, I was 18 or 19 and I felt totally disempowered. I felt like the only options were to take the extremely large dose of lithium that my last shrink wanted me on, or to stop seeing my shrink. I know there are more options than that today. And I would really like to see if maybe if I didn't have such horrible spikes and valleys of mania and depression that maybe I could manage to write a little more. Manage a vlog once a week. Because right now I'm really struggling. Interesting though, even with how I'm struggling overall, I am still doing great with my German learning and my ASL learning. I got to the point finally that I could work on ASL with my master in the room and not feel silly or embarrassed about it. I mean, he's not learning ASL too, so he probably just sees a bunch of random gestures and might not even notice what's happening as I'm working on ASL. But there is still something that so stays with me. When the woman came over at the park and she showed me that she had typed something on her phone to introduce herself, and I was able to respond with a little bit of ASL before going back to typing because my ASL is nowhere near fluent yet. But just her smile to see that I, as a hearing person, was working to learn ASL. That was a real good moment. And I hope one of these times soon I will be able to tell all you listening to my vlogs that I've actually managed to return to the Monday night Deaf ASL social meeting that happens at my local mall, if it still happens, that is. Because I know I have been silly and I have been anxious about not being able to sign enough when more people than not are willing to work with you when you're learning. So I see now that I'm up to 10 minutes. This will be a long one, won't it? But hopefully I'll have something to say about my writing soon. You know, maybe I can try reading a little snippet rather than just sharing it on Facebook soon. But Two Houses is going really good. It's the book that I started learning ASL a bit because of it, since one of the characters is fluent in ASL and the other one is learning. And hopefully once I'm done dealing with this vlog, I will be able to go work on making a scene about learning ASL into a sexy thing, because that is what my characters are doing. So please consider hitting subscribe. I would love to have more subscribers. Know that you're all enjoying my vlogs. And of course, you'll get all my other links like social media and coffee for a one-time donation and Patreon. Because yes, I write some crazy different things. And my books don't sell all sorts like they would if I was just writing a man and a woman being all vanilla and romancy and pretty candles and stuff. Because that's just not my world. And that's not what I want to write or read. Take care.